This video is going to be all about mastering the midcourt so you can become a 5.0. The first thing we have to know is that the midcourt is also called the transition area. Why? Because we're transitioning from the back to the front. Just behind the kitchen line here, all the way back to just in front of the baseline is considered the transition area. For almost every ball you get in this transition zone, you want to be able to hit it soft into the kitchen so you can advance to the net. This is a skill that 5.0 level players have mastered. You're probably thinking, why do you want to hit the ball soft from the transition zone when you can rip it? That's a tennis shot. But the main reason is Ridley is at the kitchen line there, and with me being back here, I can't get the ball to his feet. He can get the ball to my feet. The feet is the most dangerous spot on the pickleball court when you're attacking an opponent. So he's at a major advantage being at that line. The angles are cut off. This is wrong. See, against better players, that doesn't work. You might be able to get away with that against lower level players. When you play against somebody that's good, that is not going to work. So we want to learn the right way and the correct habits. So as we progress, we're ready for that level and there's no surprises. When I reset the ball like that, it allows me to approach the kitchen comfortably. I'm in control and I'm neutralizing the point. My opponent being at the kitchen line is really on offense because they're hammering me, and I'm on defense being back. However, when I reset the ball like that, it's neutralizing the point so I can go on offense. That concept from me being on defense and being able to neutralize the point, then turn it into offense, is what you need to get to the next level, that mindset shift. The second thing we're gonna go over, when do I actually approach the net after I hit a reset? There's some times where we should stay, sometimes we should go forward, and even sometimes where we should retreat backwards. The most obvious one is when I'm in the middle of the court and I'm trying to reset it, but say one pops off my paddle high and my opponent goes up to slam it. That's when I should go backwards. I should not stay planted. Let's do it. So, oh no, it's so high. I'm back here, and that's going to allow me to defend easier. See that? I would have got crushed if I wasn't standing all the way back. Another easy one, if I hit a reset that lands in the kitchen, meaning it bounces, I need to take as much ground as I can to get up to that kitchen line. My reset landed in the kitchen, so I run all the way up. That's a must. That's going to put pressure on my opponent to do a special next shot when he sees me up here. He's going to feel it. Now we're going to go over the most challenging type of reset, when it's my opponent's hitting the ball from here, but I still want to take ground. How do I do that? When I try to hit a reset and the ball pops off my paddle and it's traveling through the air, let's say the opponent's there, I want to stop moving and split step right when it crosses the plane of the net. So as soon as it crosses here, I want to stop moving, okay? I see so many people that continue to run even when their opponents are hitting the ball. You need to stop and stay. This is what it's going to look like in action. Notice how I'm not going to be moving when my opponent hits the ball. I'm going to have time to spare. It's important to note that when I'm approaching the kitchen and it's my time to stop, I'm not just stopping on my heels. I'm stopping and I'm doing a split step. What this is going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to not get caught off guard, going left, going right, going forward, going backward. If I'm on my heels and a ball comes, I might lunge forward and I could hurt myself. I could pull my hamstring or something. Do that split step to get you ready. If you like what you're learning in the video so far, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button because there's so much more that you're going to learn. Now we're going to go over the actual mechanics and form of how do I reset that ball so effortlessly. The analogy that I use to explain this to people is think of us in the MLB. Okay, I'm a pitcher, you're a catcher. I'm throwing the ball at you 100 miles an hour, a fastball. As the catcher, you're not going to hold your elbow out there to catch the ball like this. When the ball hits your glove, you're going to absorb it. That's the exact same concept and principle we want to use with resets. We don't want to be out here. We want to absorb that ball. For my ready position, I want to hold the paddle very loose. and you want to use two hands. The reason is, if you're only using one hand and a ball gets hit at your feet, look at my paddle angle. That's going into the net. My wrist doesn't bend that way. However, when I use my second hand, it's going to allow me to create this cupping motion or scooping motion, and this is going to give me leverage on the paddle. So look, bam, I can get every ball back from this position. I want to hit the majority of my resets with my backhand. The reason is I can go everywhere with my backhand, where the ball's coming so fast with my forehand, I can't reset it over here. So we want to start cheating toward our backhand. To increase our reaction time, we want to have our ready position down here. The reason being, if we have our paddle up here and it hits our paddle, the ball's going to go out. We want to make ourselves a smaller target and be low to the ground because they're trying to hit at our feet. If we have to raise our paddle, or if the ball's coming at our shoulder, get out of the way. It's going out. So if the ball's coming in really hard, think of that catcher analogy where we're just going to absorb. So the ball hits my paddle should go back so it can absorb and lift off. We do that by that loose grip, okay? Now if somebody's hitting it not so hard at you, we want to have that same loose grip. However, we want to lift a little with our shoulders to carry it over the net. Just real soft lift like this. We do not want to go out and jab it. It should just be as the ball's coming in, slight shoulder lift. The last thing you should keep in mind about this is you want to pretend that you're standing in a hula hoop. You should never outstretch the hula hoop to hit a reset. If you have to outstretch it, that means you should let the ball bounce. This is really important to know because we don't want to be extended when we're hitting resets. If our arms are locked out, we're in trouble. We need to be loose, not tense, and just protecting our little area. This is my favorite drill I use to practice this. How it works, I start back here, I have to hit a third shot drop to him, and depending on how good it is, I approach the net, but I can only go here as the farthest. And then I just see how many resets I can hit. If I pop one up, I'm allowed to retreat, but I can't go farther than this point here. Go again, my bad. And go hard. Back. I love that drill because it helps me visually see and it gives me the reps of when I should be moving forward and when I should be retreating to keep me in the points even longer. Lastly, there are exceptions to every rule. We want to do the right thing the majority of the time, which that's hitting it soft. However, I'm going to tell you when you should be swinging hard. If we get a ball that's floating high in the middle of the court, we want to hit that ball hard, as well as if it's bouncing about knee to hip height or higher, we want to rip that ball hard because now we're a threat to our opponents. Now you should be resetting like a pro, and you should have the brain and the IQ of a 5.0 level player.